Hey folks, today I am feeling confident enough with the vigor in my variegated triangle fig to repot it again, get it into a better pot. It was in a different pot before and it uh, fell off the taller pot. It fell off the top of a cabinet, hit my adenium, destroyed that pretty much. I gave up on that later and I just quickly repotted into this without doing any root pruning. I'm seeing some swelling at the base, which is good, more so than I expected, and I think it's time to get it into a better pot. So I'm going to put it into, took it off my trash pile, a little bit of a root growing pot. So let me readjust you guys back over to where we'll be working. Zoom you back in. You can see already we'll probably use Matt's root hook using a, well, whatever you want to call this, soil pick. Probably use a brush just in case I need to brush some things off the soil. Definitely going to use some of these. I don't think I will need any of these, but just in case, there's bigger roots on there. This is my set for roots. I'll probably get a new set soon for the rest of it. I've got my cat here, ready to eat anything that I leave alone. So I'm going to close the door and actually keep her inside while I work. Because she really seems to only chew on stuff when I'm working on trees. So let me just double check my angle. Oh, totally fell. All right. I'm not sure how much of that you guys saw or if I knocked it down myself. But let's just check our, yeah, we're right about in the middle. So here we go. I'm going to put this down to the side for a minute. And because this is slightly pot-bellied, I think it might be fun to take this out anyways. Put my wire down. I don't think that's going to help me at all. And let's see. I don't think it's going to come out easy at all. Try to push it out a little bit. Not quite. Yeah, well, that's good news that it doesn't want to come out too easy, but it's coming out. There we go. All right, so some of this wasn't even good soil per se. It was just whatever I had on hand. You know, it wasn't bad soil per se, but I think you can see, not too amazing. So I was pushing it out by the man, I am just losing words today. Pushing it out by the drain cover. We'll call it that. All right, so here's what we're left with. I'm gonna start off with Matt's root hook because I think that is the best for getting the bulk of it away, and it's usually the most gentle anyways. And so far, so good. I'm not terribly excited about these roots, but I kind of anticipated not having the best roots. Just more so anticipating, and yes, I watered it today. I know, mistake. Um, Anticipating growing new roots. That's what this basket's for. I do have some roots on this side. You can see I've got roots coming out here. Not bad. Yeah, not bad at all. Not the best, but definitely not the worst. Thankfully, since it was such a shallow container, it didn't give me, hopefully it didn't give me any really big bulbous roots that are coming, down. Although I've got one bigger one here, but I'm okay with that because I think these are too high anyways. So in all likelihood, those will come off and not this one down low. Though one headed kind of in the wrong direction here as well. But again, understandable. I'm going to give this a rinse, and I think it's nice to do it in front of the camera versus not. I know I keep doing this off camera, so we're going to do it this way instead. This is actually good water too. I've been using this container for my sphagnum to soak it. So when I use this for my rinse water, I'm also kind of helping myself twice. All right, that's not what I wanted to see. Oh man, I didn't know that was even in there, did I? I probably did. I probably pretended it wasn't there for too long. Dip that, I'll pull it up again later. And because we're into the fines here, I'm going to use my brush to brush away some of this soil that's just sitting on there. Yeah, I didn't want to find this or this. Definitely disappointing discovery. But again, we work with what we got. This is just not the best specimen for bonsai as far as roots go. I can't even tell if that's not quite solid. It's more solid than it should be, certainly. Yeah, that's pretty solid in there. Jeez. All right. Well, I don't know why that was like that. Getting right into it. This big long one isn't where it's supposed to be. In fact, most of it's not where it's supposed to be. Comes up, twist. I think this might even be connected to that on the bottom here. I don't even think it's. It is coming off the base of the tree. It's barely. All right. Well, I'm gonna grab my regular branch cutting shears, which I think work better anyways. We're gonna start with this one. I don't see any alternative to cutting it off. It's just terrible. But if I do cut it off, I'm cutting off almost all the roots. I don't want to do, and I also want to work on all these. So I'm going to start here, cut just the end off of that. Got some roots that are coming up, so I'm going to cut those. Oops, cut those as well, and then kind of leave the rest of it. Take off all these ones that are coming off at the wrong point here. I'll have to look back and see just how bad the roots were on this because I forgot. Ooh. All right, got some going up high here. Don't want that. This one is rotten. Did not know I had rotten there. That's not good. See if I can get some more. I guess that's the end of that rot. Good. Not happy about rot. I am happy about these roots coming out. The bottom is not too big. They look to be good feeder roots. All right. Now with this thing, what am I going to do with this, huh? That one's rotten, so I'm going to take that off. Didn't know that. This one's kind of coming up. I'm going to take the top off it. Nope, the bottom's rotten, so might as well just take that off. Hope new roots grow there. Take that off. Hope that new roots grow through there as well. I can see I've got some more soil in here. Now, because we're in a very strong growing season, I should be very, very aggressive with this. I don't find that these particular ficus are very good to be aggressive with. I think if I get too aggressive, I'm just going to kill the darn thing. And already I'm having issues with rot, so it's a good thing I'm putting it into a pond basket. I think I've just got to bite the bullet here. This is all bad. And it looks like it's starting to rot up here too. So first I'm going to cut the top off of this, get a little better view. And see, that's basically all my roots. This isn't good. I think it's necessary. Take that farther back. Yeah. I think that's about where it's got to be in order to survive what it's got. It looks terrible. It looks absolutely terrible. I'd love to take more off of it, but I think that's all I can get away with right now. I'll put this down. Oof. I've got new potting media. I'm just going to brush it off to the side. I should clean, reset, pause, all that. I do not have the tools to pause recording. So go in here. I'm going to fill in around it. Hopefully it survives, for one thing. Clearly it's got vigor, even though, you know, its roots look like shit. Sorry, stuff. Roots look like stuff. I have to stop using foul language so that everybody can watch it. I forget myself sometimes. All right. This out of the way. Don't need this anymore. I will not be taking any foliage off this because I believe that with how the roots were, I need every bit of foliage to collect energy and grow new roots. I don't think evaporation is going to be an issue because, of course, I had too much saturation because not enough roots in a very small container. I don't think that container has as much drainage as I want it to have. Just that little hole at the bottom. So I'm just holding this and, you know, making sure I've really gotten out any air pockets. Not even just around the roots, just air pockets in general. I want this to be very tightly packed soil, so that way it doesn't fall over on me. Ooh, one of my neighbors started up their Mustang. Joking, it's not a Mustang, but might as well be, right? We have a lot of loud cars in our parking lot. Mine is almost one of them. I'm still working on it. All right, let's see where we're at here. All right, I think that's it as far as getting soil in around it. I'm going to do a little bit more to make sure that I am giving it plenty of opportunities to grow new roots. And I will move this, make sure I've got everything. They're real nice. So this is quick. I'm glad it's quick because, of course, doing anything more might be detrimental anyways. Let's get this in the center, right? Is that about in the center? Yeah. All right, we're 11 minutes in. Got to put some rocks on here or it's going to fall over. So let me grab some rocks. There's a nice one here. I'm going to put it just right there. I know I've got another nice one somewhere around here. Yeah, here's a good one. Actually, both these are off a different tree that has grown enough roots to survive without them. There's this one, which I'm going to put it just like this. And then one thing I do that I don't know that I'm supposed to, but I feel that it makes sense, is I kind of soil in my rocks. That way I can be sure that anywhere the rocks are is kind of stable. All right, if we're ready for watering time, this is the one time where I forgot to bring my water out with me. So I'm gonna go grab some water real quick. Well, actually, let's check something real quick. This might actually dip in here okay. Not quite. But what I will do, it's back in the center. Erase some of my roots here. I will grab my watering can from inside, passing past the monsters. Hi, monster. Yeah, I should have had water ready for this. I thought my watering can was filled up, but should have known because I had the spot where I do not have watering cans filled up. Here we go. We are watering in. This thing ready for life. Start. Of course, I don't ever see a reason not to water the top of your tree if it's, good watering like this. This one will go right back into full sun if I can. It's clearly doing well with that. It's got a little bit of leaf burn there, but I think that may have more to do with root rot than the sun itself. All right. And of course, even though I'm almost done with things coming through, I'm going to continue to water in. My reasoning for that is that I do not know how much of the center is watered in. I'm trying to, of course, get this I'm gonna turn this because it's dripping off in the wrong spot. There we go. That's better. Yeah. Yeah, one thing that's quite nice about the movement of water is that when you want to go one way, it's pretty easy to manipulate it in that direction. So this is the Ficus triangularis variegata, or variegated multicolor triangle fig. Um, I've not gotten figs on it. I'm fairly certain that they are toxic, even if I did. But I'm not concerned with that. I'm concerned with getting this into a healthy environment to grow nice roots and to correct the issues that were already there with roots. So it should be there. I'll probably give this a little bit of fertilizer and a little bit of mycorrhizae. Um, Not a heavy fertilizer, of course, a somewhat natural one mixed in with the water. Kind of microdosing, the same way that a lot of folks do. That way it gets plenty of nutrients, and I will just let it grow. So thanks for joining me, and have a great rest of your day, night, evening, morning, lunch, whatever you're on. I hope it's good for you, and I hope the rest of it continues to be good.